On this Money Saving Monday, we are talking about dry January, and no, it's not what you think. We're not talking about alcohol. We are talking about spending. You know, we all need to hit kind of a reset button. So here to help us with that is David Jazo, Senior Wealth Advisor from Wilde Wealth Management Group. You know, we were talking over the break, and it's so easy to get caught up in this shopping frenzy. You know, you feel good, you want to spend, you want to go out during the holidays and all these gifts and everything. And then you get slapped with the bills. Right. They're starting to roll in. Yeah. Where do you even begin when you're looking at this mammoth amount that just shocks you?
Yeah. Well, I think first and foremost, don't panic.
Yeah,
right.
Hard not to, but
hard not to. But it's kind of those statements kind of serve as financial sobriety,
right,
for a lot of people. And again, a lot of times people overindulge, whether it be wet January to or wet December to dry January, and it's the extremes of what you do. So it's not to panic. Take a look at where you're spending your money, and a lot of the times it's the emotion of the season, right? So the holidays, you're feeling very generous. You're kind of thinking about some people are traveling, they're buying a lot of things with ease. Because again, sometimes we just, we're a click away from being able to order anything we pretty much want.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's about having more intention with those purposes and asking yourself through the remainder of the year and saying, before I make that purchase, is it something that really aligns with what it is that I'm trying to set up for myself? Because a lot of times we just buy things for the sake of buying things.
Absolutely.
It's not that we need more things.
No.
Necessarily, it's just we're just not paying attention to the little things that we're buying.
Yeah, and it's the little things that obviously really add up. I'm thinking like, did I really need to click on that jacket that I don't really need, right? And then I go on this kind of return spree because clearly I bought too much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one little way, but what else can people do to just, try to get a grip on their finances?
Yeah, I think it's not so much about creating a budget per se or creating a spreadsheet to track all your expenses, just being a little bit more mindful, taking a look at what it is that you're spending your money on every couple of days. And you don't have to do this for you don't have to do it for the whole month.
Right.
2 weeks is just raising the awareness, and that awareness is going to give you confidence that if you start to kind of make little small changes, that those are going to ultimately accumulate and be a much bigger benefit. And at the end of the exercise is really the takeaway is that you're going to have more confidence in knowing that you can actually save some money. And again, obviously, if you've got credit card bills that are adding up with interest, and that's something that you need to consider. How are you going to attack those, credit card bills and not be in that same position next year? Because that's ultimately what tends to happen a lot of times is people keep repeating the same pattern. And again, that's the definition of insanity, right?
Well, and I feel like, like anything, right? Whether you want to lose weight or you're trying to hit the gym or what have you, the hardest part is maintenance, how you maintain that, not just now, but really, throughout the months, throughout the years. So what is the takeaway that we need to just kind of help us maintain this?
Yeah, and I think the big takeaway, it's not the big purchases that tend to kind of surprise us because we tend to remember those. It's the little small things that add up, and that's the accumulation.
Like going out to eat.
And all the add-on services that we have these days that you can just say, hey, delivery services for pretty much everything. Those all can be things that you can kind of mitigate a little bit, and it's the compounding of all of those small savings that ultimately will give you more purpose. And when you understand and you put money and assign it a purpose, then it's much more meaningful because you see your money actually working towards those specific goals. When money doesn't have a home, it tends to get spent more easily. So when you kind of give it a little bit more sense of purpose and awareness, that's really a carry through that you want for the rest of the years. Raising your awareness, having confidence, and know that it's okay. It's not that you're a bad spender or overspender. I mean, people with a lot of income fall into the same trap because it's pretty
more
easy.
Money you got, more money you want to spend.
It's the more there's bigger places for it to leak, so to speak. So you just need to raise that awareness and be aware of what it is that you're trying to do, and is this something that really is going to fit that intention that you want to set forth going forward.
Like so everything, be mindful.
Be mindful so that you don't fall into the same situation, because a lot of people do the same thing. Gym memberships obviously go up right after the holidays, but if you don't show up and be consistent about it, nothing's really going to change.
Okay, David, good advice. Thank you
so
much.
Thank you.